Wait until the end for the twist in this funny story. The beautiful secretary of the president of a bank goes on a sightseeing tour with a very rich African king who was a very important client. Out of the blue, the king asks her to marry him. Naturally, the secretary is quite taken back. However, she remembers what her boss told her. Don't reject the guy outright, so she tries to think of a way to dissuade the king from wanting to marry her. After a few minutes, the woman says to the man, "I will only marry you under 3 conditions. First, I want my engagement ring to be a 75-carat diamond ring with a matching 200-carat diamond tiara." The African king pauses for a while, then he nods his head and says, "No problem, I have. Realizing her first condition was too easy, the woman says to the man, "I want you to build me a 100-room mansion in New York. As a vacation home, I want a chateau built in the middle of the best wine country in France." The African king pauses for a while. He whips out his cellular phone and calls some brokers in New York and in France. He looks at the woman, nods his head, and says, Okay, I build. Realizing that she only has one last condition, the secretary knows that she'd better make this a good one. She takes her time to think, and finally she gets an idea, a sure-to-work condition. She squints her eyes, looks at the man, and says, rather coldly, "Since I like sex, I want the man I marry to have a 14-inch penis." The man seems a bit disturbed. He cups his face with his hands and rests his elbows on the table, all the while muttering in African dialect. Finally, after what seemed like forever, the king shakes his head, looking really sad, and says to the woman, Okay, I cut.